Alright. Hello everyone and welcome back for another base guide video. Well, okay. Now then. Hello everyone and welcome back for another base guide video. This time we are going to be moving into the rural police station. Now, as you can see, it is a 5-person, 1,000 influence base. It does have 4 parking, comes with the armory, doorless cell, secure lockers, and checkpoint. It also has 2 large outdoor slots, a small indoor slot, and 2 outdoor slots for you to customize. Now, before I get any comments about this, yes, I know this is the 5-man base, and I've skipped the 4-man base. The reason being, I haven't pissed these guys off enough yet to where I can get rid of them. Luckily, they're down to friendly. All I've got to do is get them to neutral, and maybe I can get them to go away. I don't know. But I need to get rid of them before I can do the 4-man base. So we're just going to soldier on up until that point. So, off we go. As I said, comes with 3 parkings. Or no, it has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Must not be good at reading. Yeah, 4 parking. I did say that, didn't I? I just didn't see that one over there. Once again, I've already cleared it out, as you can tell by the random body sitting at the door. Like I said, 5-person, 1,000 influence. Off we go. And here we go. Now then, I will just go ahead and start on the location of it. So this one is kind of like the polar opposite of Whitney Field. Whitney Field, of course, being in the very bottom of the map. This is all the way at the very top. Now, at the beginning of the game, that's not as big a deal because you're going to be focusing right in here anyways. But you are surrounded by quite a bit of high density. Not quite as much as down in Whitney Field, but a pretty good amount. So it does make it kind of tedious as a base location. Ignore those infestations. I'll deal with them later. It can be a tedious place to set up, but it's not too terrible. I don't prefer it. If I was going to take a 5-man, I would take Mazzara over the police station, or even Camp Kellenquaw, even though it's kind of off in a corner on its own and away from everything that you're going to be doing for the most part. But location, not top tier. Let's move on. Now, for the construction of the base, you do have your 4 slots, your command center. You do have built-in fire safe storage, which is quite awesome. That means you can immediately save plenty of ammo and fuel, fuel being the more important one in my opinion. Then you have a police armory. The armory will allow you to craft the weapons, the ammunition that stereotypical police officers would use. Your 9mm, your 45, and your 12 gauge. You can also craft what police would use for explosives. So you'll have your flashbangs and your smoke grenades, and then it will also allow you to repair and salvage weapons as needed. And it does also come with a mod slot. So with that, you can plug in a salvage furnace or a CNC mill, whatever you wanted to do to optimize it for yours. I think I only have 1 salvage furnace, but we'll plug it into there. Then the last of your built-ins, oh, not your last, we'll go over here. Checkpoint. It is very similar to the fortified bleachers. It is a watchtower, quote unquote, just with a different name. It does cost 1 ammo per day, which I'm not a fan of considering it's built in. We don't have a choice, but whatever. It reduces siege, which isn't that important in my opinion. You can just leave. Don't be at your base. That's the best way to deal with sieges. But it is pretty cool. I know a lot of people do like the guard towers. And then the last one being the doorless cells. Now, this comes with 4 beds and minus 10 morale for its literal jail cells. I mean, come on now. However, you can upgrade it to comfort. So, this might be jail cells, but if we upgrade them with some comfortable bedding, we could make them properly livable. So we'll go ahead and do that and see how much of the morale it cuts off, because that's minus 10 per person. That's hitting the morale pretty hard. Then after you finish with those, you do have 3 slots that you can build, 1 indoor, 2 outdoor, and then you have 2 large outdoor slots to use as well. So we will go ahead and start. I will put the infirmary inside. That just seems like the best place to have an infirmary, is to be indoors if at all possible. And then we will go ahead and put our fighting gym. And then right here we will end up putting a workshop. Then the large facilities, we will talk a little bit more about what you could do here with them. But whilst all that stuff builds, we will take a quick peek around the perimeter, because this is actually a pretty well fortified base. I mean, you've got all of this front minus the door. They can't get over it. I don't believe that. Nope, you can climb over right here, but the rest of the front completely fortified. Up there is your checkpoint, so getting over right here probably not going to happen if your people have half decent weapons. They will pick them off before that happens. Let's see. Right here, yep. Here's another spot where they can sneak through, or you can stand here and pick them off. I do love the neat little things that they do with those. Right here, you can get over, but then over here you've got the barbed wire protecting the sides of this door, trying to funnel them to the door. You cannot climb over that barbed wire, but you can get over in the back, and they most definitely will. There is another door back here, I do believe, right here. But this whole back corner is completely blocked off, so nothing can get to it. Right here, you can climb up and defend the side. It's a nice open field, very good line of sight to pick off zombies. Then all of this is blocked off by barbed wire, and you make your way to the front. So all in all, this is actually a pretty well fortified base. It will be pretty difficult for zombies to make it in, especially with the specific funnel points. Oh, look at that. I can't climb over right here, but you can pick them off. Choo choo. Anyways, back to the building screen. So we've completed some stuff. We've got some labor back. Let's go ahead and grab a workshop and get it going. Now for these large slots. So this, I would imagine, would be a mid-game base for you. So you could build your auto shop right out of the gate. Go ahead and improve whatever vehicle you have, or vehicles that you have if you want to upgrade multiples. That's about all I would do with the auto shop. Get your improvements on the vehicles, make them very, very useful. Go ahead and destroy it. Staging area would not be super useful unless you're upgrading everything to the max, like the workshop and the infirmary, because if you get those to level 3, they do cost materials. Staging area can prevent those material losses. I would not waste your time on a farm. Just get a food outpost. The lounge. The lounge is what I always recommend, but I'm going to go over a couple of things that you could do instead of the lounge. You could do a haven device. Again, wouldn't be too worried about it. If you have it at this point, I doubt that you even need it for the game. Now then, your trade depot. So typically, I say that like I'm going to do something different. I go with the lounge and the trade depot pretty much all the time. However, if you wanted to put the work in because you were going to stay in this base for a hot minute because you like crafting the ammo and stuff like that, you could run a field hospital along with the lounge or the trade depot, either one, so that you can do double primary, get that extra health, make it a little bit harder to kill you, essentially. You could also build an armory and a forge. Now, doing both of those, you can put salvage furnaces in each, along with a salvage furnace. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can. Along with a salvage furnace in the police armory and a salvage furnace in the workshop, giving you ×4 on your parts gained. This would be a short-term build. So if you wanted to do that as soon as you moved in or right before you moved out, something like that, it could be very much worth it because you could just get an astronomical amount of parts. And let's say you were trying to go from this to Whitney Field and you lacked the funds. Say you only had 300 or 400 influence and you need to get 3,500 to get into Whitney Field. You could easily do that combination and scrap all of your extra gear that you just have no use for and convert them into parts, and I will all but guarantee you are going to have so many parts that you're going to get into Whitney Field and buy all of the big old 50 cals that you want. It will be quite handy. You will stock up on your supplies, you will get your new base, you will be able to get some stronger weapons for defense, you'll be able to upgrade outposts. You can do a ton with that combination. That being said, I am going to stick to my basic combo because I don't have any use for it. As you can see, I have plenty of influence and everything. So we're going to go with our lounge and our trade depot. Now then, to get lounge 3, you do have to have a sheriff leader, and the armory, you do need a warlord. So yeah, I'm not going to get that to level 3. I'm not going to dump my trader leader, because the trade depot is very important to the things that I like to do, and the lounge is also quite handy in and of itself for the morale boosts, and so on and so forth. But this would be the basic layout of how I would build a base in specifically a high-tiered game. If you're running Nightmare or Lethal Zone, this is how I would build this base. I mean, obviously, I would have more of the mod slots filled up, which I might do here in a minute. I would like to have free weights on this to give me that extra 10 health. But if I were to move into this, which I have before, in order to kind of progress along the mid-game, this is how I would try to set it up to the best of my abilities. By the time you get this built up, you'll have that to level 3, so you'll be able to level 3 it at a next base. You'll have your materials from this get refunded. You can rebuild it in Whitney Field, so you've already got your 2 large slots taken care of in the bigger base. And then you've got your 3 most important maxed up to where you want them to be for when you get there. So that will go ahead and clean up most of what you need to build. I mean, you're going to have leftover materials more than likely because you don't have to upgrade this. You don't have to upgrade that any more than you already had it. So say you had Command Center 2 when you moved in, it's still going to be a 2. You've only got 1 left. And you've already got beds. I don't really care for beds, which actually we meant to look at it. So by making it a comfortable cell, we killed that entire morale loss, and it's just a +4 beds, so that's not bad. That will help with what, 7 times 4, 28. That'll give us an extra 28, or that'll keep us from losing 28 influence. which is quite handy but not super important. How would I rank this base amongst other mid-game bases? Well, we haven't really looked at mid-game bases. It is definitely stronger than the starting base, though. So we'll start with that. As we work our way through the other mid-game bases, we will start ranking the mid-games. So we'll rank the police station versus Mazzara versus Squalones. And then if I can get these idiots out of the church, we'll even put the church in. But for right now, we'll just say this is a fairly good base. I mean, if it was uncovered, there were no plague hearts covering it whatsoever, and I was trying to get out of the starter base, I would take it in a heartbeat. No plague hearts versus having to clear plague hearts on any of these other bases. I would take it in a heartbeat, just because I don't typically kill any plague hearts until I'm in mid-game at the earliest. Once I get into mid-game, that's when I start strategizing and formulating how I'm going to get into the base that I want to be in to finish the playthrough. So that's where I build my power. I get my explosives and my weapons. I get everything stockpiled and ready so that I can clear the plague hearts. Say I want to get to Squalones, which I do like Squalones. I've used it quite a few times. But say it's covered up by 3 plague hearts, I will build up all the necessary stuff and I will start smashing plague hearts around Squalones, move in, build it up, and then I will just continue in suit with demolishing as many plague hearts as quickly as possible. Because once you start getting that standing bonus from those plague hearts, you are going to feel the pain. The game will stop holding back on you, and the difficulty will ramp up, especially in Lethal and Nightmare. It will get very potent very quickly. You will start seeing triple ferals far more often in Lethal Zone. It gets rough. So, yeah, if this is uncovered, I take it. As far as bases, I do like it. It is a neat concept. I don't mind the layout whatsoever. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Rural Police Station. Now, if you like this comment, please like and subscribe. Any ideas, questions, anything I didn't touch on, please leave a comment down below. I will do my best to get back to you. If you have any suggestions for videos, let me know that as well, and I will try to get to that sooner rather than later. But, as always, I appreciate you for watching. I'm the ADHD Gamer, and I will see you in the next episode.